you want your water?
Thank you.
The birds are a nice touch as well.
Yeah.
I've heard the crickets before, but the birds are nice too.
Well, at least there's not like a weed whacker or a leaf blower in the background.
Wait for it.
And we're live.
Okay. All right. This is the Audit Committee meeting on Wednesday, June 17th. It's 5:23 p.m. And I'll call the meeting to order. Let's go ahead and shout out who's present. This is Melissa Link, Chair, Stephanie Maddox, Auditor. Allison Wright.
Correct. I'm here.
Ovita Thornton.
Yeah.
Patrick Davenport is on the phone through my speakerphone. And we've got Manager Williams and Assistant Manager Edwards. And who is the call-in user?
Assistant Manager Lonan.
Okay, Deborah Lonan. Okay.
Yeah.
And we also have our intern, Aaron Court. He's on the call as well.
Okay. Does anybody want to present a motion to accept the minutes?
All motion.
Okay, a motion from Commissioner Thornton. Anybody want a second?
Second, Patrick.
Patrick seconds. All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, we got those minutes. Uh-oh, I lost Patrick. Call him back.
Nope, I'm online.
Oh, you signed in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get you off my phone then. Okay. All right, he's in. Okay, so Auditor Maddox, do you want to go ahead and give us an update on the status of the work plan activity?
Yes, ma'am. I sure will. The current activity of our work plan, we have 2 existing audits that remain to be complete, and they are the Central Services Department Fleet Management Division and the Animal Services Department Animal Shelter. And the anticipated completion timeframe for those 2 audits are, I believe, for the Central Services, we are estimating the end of July for the Fleet Management Division. And for the Animal Services, we have just resumed interviews with stakeholders, and we are anticipating, we're just starting to hear back from our stakeholders and residents. And so it's hard to tell right now, but we are going to say July right now, end of July. And that may change if the numbers increase of the individuals that would like to be interviewed.
Okay.
The Sheriff's Office audit has been complete, and you should have a full copy of the audit in your inbox or have one in your inbox before the end of this meeting. We provided a PowerPoint presentation of some high-level issues. Would you like me to pull that up? The presentation, Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead and pull that up. I've got it on my screen too. But yeah, go ahead to share it with any of the public that might be in. Okay. Do you want to go through this PowerPoint so we can get the highlights? I apologize, I haven't had time to look at it, but we can at least get an overview of it and maybe have read it in full by our next meeting to pass it on to the commission.
This was a very limited audit report solely looking at contract compliance of the health services contractor at the jail. And the audit time period was FY14 to FY18, so for 5 years. And during that period, there were 2 contractors. And just looking through my notes here. The PowerPoint covers mostly charts and graphs. And I'll go to the very first one. this graph right here, just a takeaway of the full 5-year audit time period, and it looks at the total medical costs, end of year medical costs per contractor per fiscal year, and the increase or decrease in dollar change as well as the increase in percentage change. And so we thought that was significant to include. We include explanation in the report, but we thought this was a worthy graph to highlight in this PowerPoint. Specifically between FY14 and FY18, the cost of inmate care, the cost of medical services increased almost $400,000. And when we conducted the audit, it was really challenging to determine what level of justification was provided to determine where and how that came about. The staffing numbers increased very slight, I believe like 0.45% of a person. And so there are increases in medical costs, but we weren't able to substantiate that. But we want to highlight the major takeaway from this slide is that over a 5-year period, medical costs increased approximately $400,000 or 26%. If there are any questions, please stop me.
So is that 26% from FY14 or 26% from the previous year? That percentage, is that from the previous year or from the original year?
It's 14.
Okay, so the 25% is an overall increase.
Aaron, do you remember?
Yeah, so it's about 2014 cost is very similar to the 2017 cost, so it's a very close comparison. They're both around 26%.
Okay.
So why did we change in 2017 and go back to Armour on 2018?
Yeah, why is that? Is there a reason why they went back to a different provider in 2017 and then back to Armour?
We could not find any. We were not provided a reason why they switched vendors. They originally began a contract with Armour in FY12 and had it was a 1-year contract with four-year renewal periods, and they exhausted that. Went through 5 years, so through FY16, and so they had to rebid the job or rebid the project, and that is when Correct Health came in. After approximately 6 months through the Correct Health contract, the sheriff's office reposted the bid for health services at the jail. And we were not provided with a reason.
Mm-hmm. Even though Correct Health had a much lower cost, they went back to Armour.
They almost tripled that cost too.
Yeah, so okay, let's
There are a lot of metrics that were looked at where Correct Health was lower in a lot of categories, but there may be other areas that were pertaining to health care that we weren't privy to.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know that. But when it comes to like the dollar amount, the cost, the spending, every category, the comparison between Correct Health and Armour, Correct Health was lower in every category.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, could Manager Blaine is on there, right?
Blaine, are you on there? Manager Williams on the call?
I am.
Yep. Obita has a question.
So
Yes.
So is it could you at some point make a note to find out why that difference, because it's a big difference to me, why that happened?
Absolutely. And Auditomatics, did you ask directly and they didn't tell you, or y'all never got to that point?
Well, we reviewed our interview notes, and we did not have that information in our interview notes, and there came to a point where we just weren't getting any response, and we just exhausted all of our efforts trying to determine. There was only one document that we did find out on the World Wide Web, actually. It was another audit report that looked at Armor Medical in general. And there was just one statement in there that mentioned that the sheriff of Clarke County was unhappy with Correct Health because of an issue with dental. And it was just one sentence, no explanation. And we didn't put a lot of merit into